Hello, BookTube. Very sorry for the horrible lighting. It was bad to start with today, and it's only gotten worse. The day has been cloudy and rainy for its entire length. Sometimes the rain almost seems to want to let up for a bit, and then sheets of it come back, slapping on the windows. And that really hurts a sexy YouTube influencer who does not have a ring light or a studio setup. But you're not here to see my face. Anyway, and we have some mail. I thought we'd at least do a little mail today. Uh, the first thing we have is a periodical, the Vineyard Gazette. This is a broadsheet from the island of Martha's Vineyard off the coast of Massachusetts. Gorgeous cover photo there. And like everybody else, when I get the Vineyard Gazette, I turn immediately to the columns in the back, which is all outdoors, bird news, and the Vineyard Gardener, also with original photos. And these are always, the columns are always great to see what wildlife is cropping up on the vineyard, what people are seeing and noticing. It's an island, and it's a ways out on the ocean, so it's naturally the natural habitat of birders. There are a lot of passionate birders on the vineyard. But in addition to that, inside this issue, there is a book review by yours truly. I am the book reviewer for the Vineyard Gazette, and this time around I have a nice front and center book review there. I Wouldn't Do That If I Were Me by Jason Gay, who writes for the Wall Street Journal and used to write for the Vineyard Gazette. So I reviewed that, and that was a lot of fun. I have another review that's due, so there'll be a few Steve appearances that they drop off in the off season. The Vineyard is a vacation home. It's a vacation destination in the summer, so the population quintuples and the book flow to my editor also quintuples. But he keeps me supplied with a little trickle when he can. We've got that, and then we've got two packages I thought we'd go over. One is fairly small and fairly light. The other is fairly heavy. But other than that, I know nothing. We'll have to see. We'll find out together what they are. First one is a finished copy of something. What is this? Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I don't have a sheet for this, but it's a finished copy, so I'm assuming it's out already. Maybe it's a December release. This is by Frank Nischk, Nischk, with a foreword by Carl Safina, who's done a great deal of wonderful writing that you shouldn't miss. And this is natural history. This is nature writing. This is of cockroaches and crickets, learning to love creatures that skitter and jump. As if the book earlier this year on wasps wasn't bad enough, this is going to be a bridge too far for a lot of people. Not necessarily crickets, but cockroaches. I don't know anybody who likes them. I don't know anybody who doesn't have an almost uncontrollable galvanic reaction when one appears. But what have we got here? For many people, cockroaches are the peskiest of pests. Not so for scientist Frank Nischk. In this funny and fascinating book, Nischk reveals his love and admiration for so-called nasty creatures like cockroaches, crickets, and more. He shows us that even seemingly terrifying insects are beautiful in their own way and essential to all life on Earth. The author travels to Ecuador and to record cricket sounds, where he finds jungles bursting with a riot of insect life, including bullet ants whose stings are surprisingly painful. As the author narrates his misadventures as an entomologist, he shares stories about intriguing insect discoveries, from damselflies that lay eggs deep underwater to zombie fungi that invade the brains of ants. Okay, well, does this have nauseating pictures? I'm assuming that it does. No, it doesn't. Wow. No, it doesn't. A book on cockroaches and crickets and other bugs that skitter and jump. If you've got a bug-obsessed book reader on your list, well, you've got a natural thing to get for them now. I'll have to check the date on it. I don't have any sheet for it. Boy, can you hear that rain hitting the window? Boy, it has been pouring all day. The bean has not wanted to go out at all. Every time is a battle of wills. But let's do this next package. It's big and it's immensely heavy. So maybe it's more than one book, or it could be a bound galley. Those can often be quite bulky and heavy. Yes, okay, it is. Okay, yeah, this is somebody simply binding the sheets of an advanced copy. So this is not the ARC. This is the thing that comes before that. This is just somebody just put it together. Oh, it's a big thing. This is by Charles Freeman, and it is the reopening of the Western mind, the resurgence of intellectual life from the end of antiquity to the dawn of the Enlightenment. Big fat thing. Fantastic. Okay. Well, there are even pictures in here. There are even some pictures in here. That doesn't always happen in advanced copies. The problem here is that somebody just went... With these things, you just go to the copy shop and have it bound. It's going to take a beating, so this isn't really going to last. But I wonder if this has any kind of description. Probably not. See, it still has printer target marks on the pages, so it's not going to have any... Well, how about we go to the preface then? I wonder, what's the earliest piece of prose that we can see here? Let's start. Let's dip our toe in a little. What do we have page numbers on this thing? 800 pages, it looks like, when I get the advanced copy. The monastic foundation of the Chora in Istanbul, formerly the great Christian city of Constantinople, is a rare survival of a church with its original medieval decorations in what has been an Islamic city since 1453. Founded in the 4th century as a monastery of the Holy Savior in the fields, outside the walls built by Emperor Constantine, it then became enclosed within a later 5th century set of walls, but never lost its name. It's famous today for its wonderful 14th century mosaics, and in a fresco in the side chapel, a stunning portrayal of the resurrected Christ entering limbo to release the souls there. Okay, so wow, this is extremely extensive. Okay, great. I will do my best to keep this in one piece until the ARC gets to me, or the finished copy, whichever does. So a big work of history. This is absolutely the next year. This is absolutely not out anytime soon. If I'm getting this, that means that I'll probably get the ARC in January or February, and then the finished book, in the spring. Okay, so there we go. 2 works of nonfiction. We have the reopening of the Western Mind, which there's no point in me doing a Steve pyramid because it doesn't look like anything. It's just somebody putting the pages together. And of Cockroaches and Crickets, all about bugs that skitter and jump. Can this author worm them into your heart? I don't know. It's going to be a tall order for me. The Wasp author did not succeed, but I'm always willing. So that's a little bit of the mail. We've got the Vineyard Gazette with a piece by Steve, and a couple of books, one of which I'm going to have to handle with kid gloves, at least for a little while. That ought to do for the mail. I'm amazed I got anything with the rain slapping down like this. A lot of times the mail people don't bother. At least in my neighborhood, they don't bother to do it if it's going to be so miserable. They figure nobody uses the mail anymore, so it can wait. But no, I would guess that Boston is on the brink of a couple of beautiful days and then unsettled weather for the whole of the weekend. Rain, snow, maybe a mix of the two, maybe sleet, with more to come. Big storm systems that don't look to me like they will entirely miss New England, even southern New England. So if tomorrow is bright and sunny, I'll definitely take it. But anyway, I'll let you know. I'll wrap this up now and we'll reconvene tomorrow. Thank you, Book 2.